King Harold, coming to you from the heartland of America with professional baccarat play. Full-time professional or side hustle play to generate an income for you. We have a selection system. We also have a betting system. The bet being the most important part of anything done in a casino. You are not going to win more hands, more spins, more of anything in a casino than your opposition. Even playing baccarat, where there actually isn't an opposition, you're not going to win more than half of your hands ordinarily. You might get a little bit of a streak. Now, that'd be really nice if you win more than half. That's really, really nice. But you rarely will do that. And that's why the bet is the heart and soul of it, because the bet is what wins the money for you. Gary, Chuck, how you guys doing? Yeah, Chuck, I was kind of wandering around here in town, and I said, well, let's go ahead and get this thing fired up and get it underway. Hope I'm not too early for people. We will kind of lollygag, if you would, if that's necessary, to get a crowd in here. Some things to discuss tonight. I've got some thoughts. But we're going to start with 2,768,960, and we are going to stay with what's bringing us, and that is a baseball bet, along with a player chop after two, going two deep, and also a banker streak after one, going one deep, carrying overall bets and trying to make a session goal. The key to making the session goal is to bet your session goal on your very first bet, so that you very possibly, and most times quite likely, can leave the casino after only one hand. Certainly can leave after two, because winning the second hand is the same as winning the first. If you lose the first two hands, okay, you've got to just settle in and get your money back. Get one or two hands or spins and take your free coffee like a hockey player and get the puck out. Booyah! Couldn't be more right. Hey, HR Green Shark. Never too early. Joseph Gorecki, how you doing? Frank St. Alvin. How you doing, guys? So, I came across something interesting today when I was looking at a town in Indiana called Marion, Indiana. So it's toward the northern part of the state. Not a particularly large town, but maybe 23,000 or so, 25,000. But it's in Marion County also. No, I'm sorry, it's in Grant County. Marion is in Grant County. That's where it is. So, but the interesting thing about it is I was born and grew up. Hey, Trish. I was born and grew up in Charleston, South Carolina. It's a very historic town, as most of you know, and I grew up keenly interested in history. And in the fourth grade, I remember quite vividly hearing the story about a American Revolution, American hero, soldier named Francis Marion. I don't know how many of you have heard of Francis Marion, but he has an interesting story, and he's regarded as the father of guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla warfare is what Francis Marion knew best. He only had a troop assignment. He was in the Continental Army in Revolutionary War. He only had a troop of about 50 soldiers, and they had their own horses and their own weapons. And what he would do is he would hide out in the swamps of South Carolina, hailing from the same county that I grew up in, outside North Charleston, South Carolina. This is where Francis Marion came from. And he would come out of the swamps, attack the British soldiers, and then retreat and hide, unable to be found, to the point that he harassed British troops all through the South Carolina area when they were down there. And British generals began to call him the Swamp Fox. And to this day, there are hotels in South Carolina called the Swamp Fox. There are hotels in Carolina called the Francis Marion Hotels. And even in Indiana, if you look up Marion, Indiana, whatever reason, It is named after Francis Marion, the swamp fox from the Revolutionary War in South Carolina. So, hey, KC Steve, thanks for the emails, buddy. Good to hear from you. So, Francis Marion, though, being the father of guerrilla warfare, has given me an opportunity to dub all of you in the kingdom as guerrilla warfare. You are all guerrilla warriors. I want you to go into the casino and I want you to surprise the casino with wins on the first or second hands, hopefully, and then steal away into the night to where they don't know what hit them. Now, you're still doing Joey Kanish. I didn't lose my Joey Kanish. You're making your money every day. You're doing the things modestly that you need to do. But I want to make all of us into guerrilla warfare Baccarat soldiers. 90% of the time, the banker is going to win one of the first three bets, even one of the first two. And you can be gone right then if you're betting your session amount, whatever that session amount it may be. And we'll see it tonight. We'll see, will it lose tonight? Because it does lose 10% of the time. But speaking of percentage, I have the baseball bet to begin with on Friday night. The Boston Red Sox have a 3-game homestand against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And the baseball bet for this weekend is that the Pirates cannot sweep the Red Sox at Fenway. So betting on the Red Sox beginning on Friday night, certainly always hoping that they can end it on that night. So that way we're guerrilla warfare, even in the baseball bet with the baseball games. I'm trying to get everybody into being a guerrilla warfare. Good evening, Kevin. How you doing, buddy? So now that I've got you all turned into guerrilla warfare people, I would also add that I studied in depth the Revolutionary War and the Civil War, being so much kind of kicked off in Charleston with the Fort Sumter thing. And the one thing is certain about the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, and every war after that, and that is that the victor writes the history. So you can believe the history of any war if you want. Just keep in mind that the army or the nation that won the war wrote the history. And so the father of guerrilla warfare, he got glorified probably more so than he deserved since the U.S. Won the Revolutionary War. But again, if you think about it, there was actually no way for Britain to win that war. Actually, putting soldiers on ships to sail all the way across the Atlantic to fight the colonies who were sitting here was probably the dumbest thing anybody in Britain could have done. Why don't we just stay home, eat croissants and drink tea and drink ale, do whatever, but for God's sakes, let's don't sail across the ocean to fight 13 colonies that even if you do win, what did you win? And so, yes, America won the Revolutionary War, but America also wrote the history of the Revolutionary War. So be careful how much you read into what you know about the Revolutionary War, because the victor wrote it, even if it was us. The same way that the Civil War, the victors were the Union Army, the North, and they wrote the history. So the same thing can be said about the Civil War. The victors wrote the history. So now that you're all guerrilla warfare men, Corey Jensen, he'd be great as a guerrilla warfare. Be kind of hard to hide a man that big, but he could roam in and out of the swamps and attack British soldiers too, couldn't you, Corey? Okay, so let's talk about this. We're going to go in and we are going to bet $100. We're looking for a $100 session, 4 units of 25, and that's the way I'm going to play it tonight. No, let's don't do it. Let's don't do it that way. How do we want to do this? I want to do the 5 and 4, but no, we'll just go ahead and do it 4 and 3 because I don't care. It doesn't matter. So let's do it. Let's do it 4 units of 25 up, 3 units of 25 down, and let's begin by betting the banker $100 right out of the shoe. We got a tie there, but that's the only hand that was there, and we did start at 2,968,960. That's for Wild Bill. I always say it in his favor, that if he checks in, he'll know what happened. So here's $100 on the banker, and we start with a baseball bet. And we win it right off the top. That's guerrilla warfare. We're gone. I'm out the door. I'm not even talking to anybody. I'm going to the cage. I've got my $95 and out I go. So, but we will now, we're going to go ahead and make another bet on the banker, betting that the banker will streak. This is the second session, and I'm going to bet $100 right here. And that's a one loss, so that's all we're going to do right there. The next bet will be $200, but we got no bet now because we've got a single player there. We will have a bet here. If the player wins, if the second player wins, so we're going to bet it'll chop, and we'll go too deep if we have to. But if the banker wins now, we're going to bet another streak on the banker, and the next bet will be up 4 units of 25 to $200. We're going to have a chop bet. We have back-to-back player wins. We got a $200 banker bet that the banker can chop this player. And he did. So now we're up 2 sessions because the second win is the same as the first win. So guerrilla warfare is up 2 sessions right now. We're plus. I think I'm looking at the numbers now, but I think we won 95 on the first and we won 90 on the second. So that's still 2 sessions. Corey, we're going to put you on a horse and let you wander the swamp, buddy. So we got the one banker here. So we're going to come right back with a new session, $100 on the banker, betting that the banker will streak. And did not, but that's a one deep bet. So once again, we will have another bet coming up, regardless of who wins, and it will be a $200 bet. And maybe we'll get down a little bit tonight. Maybe we will. So that's 2 player bets. We're going to bet $200 on the banker. Okay, so that's the oh, no, that's right. This is a 3 streaker. So now we're going to go to 300 on the banker because we go too deep when we're trying to chop that player. Good deal. All right, so the player has won a quad. One of the rare things that happens, but it does. We don't have a bet here, so we are going to hold back on our $400 bet. There it is. So we're going to bet that the banker will streak now. Let's see if he can. Otherwise, I'll just keep reaching into the pile. Okay, we don't have anything here. We're going to go to a $500 bet on the next one, no matter what. Well, no, we won't. Not on the push. So this is a $500 bet that the banker will streak. We've had no streaks on bankers, I don't believe. And we still got, we got to push. I said, well, there it is. No bet. We got losses upon losses now. And now we're going to have I think this is $700. You guys tell me if I'm making the wrong bet. I didn't keep notes on this. $700 on the banker. And with that win, that's a chop, 700s. So we're going down to 625 that the banker will streak for one time. I don't think he's streaked yet tonight, so we're betting it that he'll streak one time now. Nope. Still no streaking. The next bet will be 725, and we'll try to keep track of that. So let's take a look. We have got no streaks, so we're betting 725 that we'll finally get a streaker out of a banker. Got one finally. Okay, so 725, the next bet will be 650. There's no bet here because he did streak there. Hey, Bill Latta. There's one player win. There's 2 player wins. So I think I said 650. I'm going to bet it anyway. 650 on the banker. So we're going to make the second player chop with a 750 bet. 750 bet on the banker. I had to make a big rally there, but the thing is, the player is not going to hit quads all night long. Now, I'm not sure how much I bet right there anyway, but we do have a chance to bet a streak here. And if somebody knows the bet, tell me, but I think it's 675. I'm going to go ahead and bet 675, and then I'm going to call this one to a halt pretty soon. But let's go ahead and bet on the banker making a streak. Can't do it. So no bet. Next bet is 775. Going to try a streak again. I think it's the right bet, but it doesn't matter. Hey, Crystal. So now what do we have? We got one player win. This is where I should have been playing with a bigger separation in my D'Alembert, but that's okay. So I think we got two player wins, so we'll go to 875. I think is the right number. We did, don't forget, we did win our first two or even first three sessions. I'm not sure what it was, but we would have been long gone by now. So with the 875 win, we're going to go to 800 on the next bet. And is it now? It is now. So this is an $800 bet that the banker will streak. Trying to get a banker to streak one time. We did it once all night. We only did it one time. I'm not going to do it this time either. Okay, so the next bet will be $900 on a push. So we're going to bet $900. Just two player streak of can be chopped. 900. Let's do it that way. So then we're going to go to an even 1,000. When we go to 1,100, getting nothing but getting beat here. Those quads are coming up tonight, and that certainly does happen. Just like that. So we're going to try to streak the banker. The banker's not doing much, making much noise. Not in this session. The $1,100 bet gives us a 1025 next time. Sure, he's going to streak now. Banker woke up. We got one player there. So we'll have a bet after this one, no matter what. The bet is going to be, can the banker streak? So one deep bet, $1,025. There it is. Can't do it. Next bet's 1125. And I will be stubborn. We will sit here with it. We're going to bet 1125 on a streaking banker. We will go to 1225. One more bet here because no matter if it's player or banker is a bet. So it's a streak, 1225. Trying to do it. Not much streaking out of the banker tonight, though. But did that time. So 1225 will give us an 1125 bet the next time. Let's see what happens. I'm going to stick with it. Now the banker streaks a little bit. With that win, the next bet's going to come up right now. And it's betting that the banker will streak. Didn't matter if it was a player, we'd be betting on the chop. That 1125 gives us a 1050 bet on the next bet. We go down $75. I should have given more room, but I didn't. That's the way it goes. We're going to play it the way it is. After all, we already have won several sessions, at least 2. So after that push, so what do we got here? Let's take a look at it. The banker is still streaking. Had a tie break it up, but it kept streaking. And as you can see, the banker is evening the outcomes since he was so far down for a while. We got one player win there. So we'll have a bet of 10.25 coming up on the banker, one way or the other. We're going to bet he's streaking 10.25. No bet. 11.25 coming up. And I'll just run this shoe out and it's going to be whatever it'll be. I'm not going to stay longer than that. A bet coming up here, it'll be chop or streak. It's going to be chop. 11.25. And 12. This is the second attempt at a chop. With the 12.25, the next bet is 11.50. And it's right there. Trying to chop that player. Got him. 11.50 puts us at a 10.75. Next bet, we're getting lower in the shoe. Like I said, I'm going to stop after the shoe anyway, even if we're up or down. But we got a 10.75. I think we got 2 bankers there. So we don't have a bet now. Three bankers. And the bankers definitely evened up this series after being down so far early on. Okay, so we got one player. We're going to have a bet coming up. KC. Hit and run. So I think I said 10.25, whatever it is, it's going to be something like that. So let's go with 10.25. I think we were trying to bet streak there, right? Yeah, we did. So we don't have a bet. So now we're going to try to break this. I'm going to try to chop that player 2 streak. Come right back, same bet. Okay, so now we're going to go up 100. Got to go to 13.25, but I'm getting out. What did Math Paul say? Stick with it. That's right, Matt. Stick with it. But give it more room into D'Alembert than I'm giving it here. This was my mistake tonight. Was the room that I gave it. So we got 4 players and we're running out of cards. So let's go see if we can get one more bet in. Nope, he's going to streak himself to death here. Okay, let's try to get a streaking banker. 12.25 is the number. We're going to try to bet it one time. And we did win the last bet. So we are still significantly down, but we did win the first 2 sessions, possibly the first 3. It's so long ago I forgot. But we are down right at $4,000. I do believe that we would still come back if I played it on out. But in all fairness, this is the way it went. We had a long time going that the very unusual anomaly, so to speak, was how many times it took for the banker to even streak twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plays of single bankers. Very unusual, but it can happen. And so the thing about it is to have more space in your D'Alembert to get these winds when they come up here like that, and when they come up with that chop coming right back, and then that wind at the end. So I will come back with you tomorrow night, and we will attempt this again some more. I'll give it a little more separation on the D'Alembert, but nevertheless, the whole point about it is when you get your money, you go. You don't sit around and try to wait and see can it fire some long things at you. You played it 4 up and 3 down. It's a little tight. I like 5 and 4, which to me is the same as 10 and 9. But I do like 5 and 4 because you protect your money once you win it. But we will do that tomorrow night. And for everybody, come on back to us and see it. Hit the like button on the way out because I play it exactly like it runs. And we are talking about doing live play at Shelbyville, or maybe I send the money to Chuck Ritter and Chuck Ritter does the live play when he goes. Well, either way, it doesn't matter. But if we're going to try to build a bankroll, we're going to build it. So we can do it any way you guys want to do it. I'm here with you. Good night to Joseph Gurecki and Chuck and to Trish and to all of you. Matt Paul, thank you. KC, you guys hang in there, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. See you, Christoph.